Well, I put a lot of work into that Super W6-TA diesel. I keep getting asked when I'm going to paint it. Well, I'm not for a while. That's because there's two things that have to happen first. Number one, I need a shed to put the tractor in before, if it's paid, I don't want to leave it outside. That's the first thing. And the second thing is it does need a torque amplifier. The torque amplifier is bad. And there's no sense in painting it and then splitting the tractor and then have to paint it over again. But the time is come. Will the Super W6TA run? Will it handle seeding 115 acres without any trouble? Let's find out. part doesn't take long. you have to grease the wheels every time you fill the drill. The Packer wheel bearings are not sealed, they're just plain bearings. Where it's 6200, they changed that and put actual sealed bearings on. Hopefully the lid will close. Well, it'll go down and clog tonight when I use some grain, so I'm ready to go. With a press drill, it takes a lot more power to pull it than an end wheel drill. There's a lot more to drag these wheels through, these Packer wheels, through the soft ground. slowing down for most part, and then be ready to go tomorrow. Dialed down that cell shed. Best to switch them back on gas when you shut them off. That's the recommended procedure. Is it completely necessary? Probably not, but I prefer to do it that way. Okay, it's done now. It's about 5:30. Yeah, try and get that last 65 acres done, so it's done. You check the well. Easy wipe dipstick off. And you stick them in against the threads. Yeah, it's just done. It's just right on the full marker, just above a little bit. Well's good. I greased it last night. I fueled it last night. I filled the drill last night and greased that last night. I unhooked the drill right where I left off. So check the tractor over and start up, and I'll go have breakfast. By then it'll be warm enough, and I'll hook onto the drill and go work. Before I start, I better fill my starting tank up with gas. Yep. Whoa. There it is. ready to go. It's unfortunate they extended that thing, but my hose didn't reach, so I have to get the proper one. I didn't have time to change it, so it is what it is. Well, I gotta stop for a rock picking good time. These do damage to the drill, these ones. need to finish. I only need to do the corners and just this little bit here, and I got done. Just check how much green we got left. I think I got her pretty well cleaned out. Didn't have any extra, that's for sure. How'd the Super W6-TA do? Well, it did the job. I had one little bit of trouble with it. Well, it did seed all 115 acres, but went completely without trouble. Just perfect for over an hour, and now just quit. And I think there must be something blocking the fuel system. There must be. It's seeding time. I got no time to fool with it. I'm gonna have to move it out of the way and get a different tractor. I got no choice. Just died. And I thought I was gonna have to. I got started on gas again and unhooked the drill and was gonna go in there. Yeah. I got going in second gear, but it's running on gas now. Now the BS is over. I need a different tractor now. And I got on diesel, got going on diesel again. And then after that, it gave no trouble, and that was about the first hour I used it. I think what must have happened is there's a piece of shit in the fuel tank, and it finally got it plugged it off for a minute, and then it either it released it and never got in again, or it ended up getting sucked into the filters. But rest of the seating, it worked great. Never any other problems. Not a single problem with it other than that. Did use a tiny bit of oil though. And that could be because it's been its first oil change in 40 years at least. That tractor sat many years. We got in 1993 and did nothing to it. Or I think that's what Dad got, was either 93 or 94, somewhere in there. It was one of those 2 years he got that. Maybe even been 92 he got that, but it was a few years ago, and then I traded him recently for my W450. So, used the liter oil and working 27 hours is not bad considering. Old girl did good. Like, how many tractors of that age, like, there are some people who do their tractors up a lot better than that just do them for show. And I just basically made it field ready and put it to work. Well, it's been less than 3 days since we seeded this and less than 2 days since we harrowed this. And we're getting a nice, gentle rain. Couldn't be better. Praise God. Well, it's the May 21st, and you can see the wheat is starting to come pretty good on the south. This is the little field, the south field. The wheat's up, the wheat's coming up, and you see there it's starting to shoot up out of the ground in different places too, and the stuff that's not predominantly up. So it's a little patchy now, but when heat warms up, it will come good. We've had lots of rain, but we haven't had much temperature, but it still is growing good. Yeah, this field is behind the other one, but there are some plants starting to peek through too. When it gets hot, everything's gonna pop though. The crop is up. Well, I hope this video has earned your subscription and the like. God bless you. Catch you at the next one.